So I'm not just sitting here being like somebody sad that you should feel sorry for because my life is so terrible. I have a pretty great life. I'm Carolyn, and I just did Kids Meet.
You're born with cerebral palsy? And are you completely used to it? Are you still, like, is it still hard?
Well, I mean, there's parts of it that are hard, but I'm as used to it as I'm ever going to be, I think, at this point. One of my favorite moments was with the kids that were kind of having their perception changed.
Usually I associate cerebral palsy with not really being able to talk that well.
Okay.
But yeah, it seems like you've got good control.
I read a book called Out of My Mind, so I kind of had in my mind cerebral palsy is like permanently in a wheelchair. So I kind of, by looking at you, I would not think you had cerebral palsy.
Being able to kind of be like, no, you know, that's like a media representation, and it is true of some people, but it's not true of everybody, whereas like the media tends to only show one side, and so everybody thinks that everyone is that way.
Do you like sense any uncomfortableness from the children?
There were a couple kids I could tell were like super uneasy. Do I look like I have a broken leg?
No.
No, but I'm not walking very normal, am I?
No.
So, what do you think is my medical condition?
Wait, were you born with this?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have an experience of kids ever like coming up to you in public?
That happens a lot to me, especially like in grocery stores. And I don't have a problem with kids coming up and asking questions, but the parents will oftentimes be like super awkward about it. Because I've had kids come up to me and ask me a question, and literally their parents will drag them away before I have a chance to answer. Can you just like interact with me like I'm an actual
normal
human
person.
and I'm not like an alien from space that you're like scared of or something? People with disabilities aren't any different than other people. We all have the same things that we want out of life.
What you do for fun?
I like to bake, and I like to go out with my friends.
I like to bake so much, I can't even stand it baking. When I grow up, I'm gonna be a baker.
Oh, that's cool. Like, my quality of life is super great. I'm writing books that I love. I have friends that I love. So you can't really assume that able-bodied people have super fantastic lives and disabled people have crappy ones.
Does it ever get to you or kind of annoy you if people, like, a first world problem, if they're like, oh my gosh, yada yada just happened, and...
I mean, the thing that really bothers me more than that is, like, I've had close friends that have been going through, like, a lot of really difficult stuff, and they didn't want to tell me because they're like, your life is so much worse than mine, and I felt like you're just gonna think, like, it's such a stupid problem. I'm just like, really? Because now my feelings are hurt because what I really wanted to do is like be your friend, and if you're having this thing happen to you, like I want to be there for you.
Were there any questions that like surprised you?
Not really. They were pretty standard. So.
Can you still fly drones and stuff with your arms?
Is that like with a remote control?
Yeah. And then
Yeah, I probably could do that. Yeah, with my if I was sitting down.
Cool.
The whole experience was really, really great. And I like working with kids, so that was fun.
What was the first step to writing a book?
Well, first you have to come up with the idea.
Do you feel relaxed when you're on a wheelchair?
Sometimes.
Can people ride on elephants?
Yes, I've ridden on an elephant before.
Oh my god, that's scary.